Hi and welcome to Ego Netcast. My name is Martin Lindeskog. I am Martin Lindeskog of Ego Netcast. Today I'm talking to Erik Emanuelli.
Hello,
And
hello everyone.
yeah, how are you doing?
Great, thanks. How about you, Martin?
Good. So I'm a good time here and we're talking with you in Italy. So I will start reading out your bio here that you sent to me. I
Great.
am Erik Emanuelli, a professional blogger and freelance writer. I have a passion for extreme sports. I practice bungee jumping, canoeing,
Mhm,
rafting, free climbing, diving, snowboarding, and kickboxing.
mhm.
I'm learning how to skydive and I'm looking forward to become certified. I also love to travel. I visit over 30 countries around the world and still counting.
Yeah.
And then you say also how you could follow you on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus, and that we will come back to you also, where we could find you on the interwebs.
Great.
So I will continue and read from your Twitter profile because I think it's very short and sweet to read from Twitter profiles because there it's like 140, 160 character maximum. So Erik Emanuelli in one word on Twitter, blogger, traveler, and freelance writer, extreme sports lover, now learning how to skydive, founder of uh, kink.com,
It's clink.com.
Clink, yeah,
Clink.
Clink.com, and
Yes.
running, and your site there, nopassiveincome.com,
Right.
Garda Lake, Italy.
Yeah.
And you have impressive numbers of followers, 13,978,
Yes.
and you're following 25,000 people.
Mhm.
So, welcome to the show, Erik.
Okay, thanks a lot. And hello to you and hello to all the listeners today.
Yeah. So, what are you up to right now with your work, projects, hobbies, etc.?
Oh, we can talk a lot about everything.
Yeah,
I started working full time since a couple of years online,
yeah.
and I started by passion in 2010 when I was working as export manager for the last company I was working for,
Yeah.
and it was kind of the economic international crisis
Mm.
this company. So this forced me to start looking for alternative ways of income. So I started browsing online for ways to make money, and this is how I started my first blog in
Mm.
2010 in blogspot.com. So and I kept working. So blogging was just a part-time job, and for 3 years. And then, as I said, since a couple of years, my passion turned into a full-time income.
Mm-hmm.
And aside from blogging, since few months, I started working as a freelance writer. I collaborate with a content marketing agency based in Tel Aviv, Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe, hopefully, I will start also working with a company from US, from Cincinnati, within a few weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, things are growing, are going much better in the latest months. And my next project will be to create more niche sites. I actually own many sites other than my main blog, No Passive Income, that you mentioned,
Yeah.
and the clink.com. That's a blogging community I
Mm-hmm.
founded 1 year and a half ago. And as I said, I own several niche sites, and I want to open more based on a project I have to I want to open basically Amazon niche site. I want to add some the affiliate links, and earning with the Amazon affiliate program. The guy from Niche Pursuit actually sent me an email just a couple of weeks ago offering me the Longtail Pro. It's a software that can help people finding good keywords with low competition. So you can build some nice niche sites.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear, and I will tell about this interview for a friend of mine that I did a recording together yesterday, and Palle-Frid Svensson, and he is interested in this niche sites and how to develop that, and he started to listen to a podcast about niche products. Okay. And it's very fascinating that you could take a part of his long tail and find your niche. My question is, do you start it that you find interested keywords that's popular, or do you go, for example, where you have your passion, for example, sports and so on?
Well, I guess you can start with that, because then you have to write some good content about it. That you have to upload it. Upload it on your site. Of course, you can hire someone who is going to write for you, but of course you have to have some budget available. I want to do it all by myself. So you mentioned good stuff. I will start browsing and searching for keywords among my interest. My interest first, and there is an interesting part of Amazon, the best sellers. You can go over there and browse among something that interests to you, like you say, the sports or some device, some techie stuff that you are passionate about. So I think that the content you are going to write will be much better. As you know, it's all about the content you give to the readers, and Google know this.
Yeah. So I have that will be one of my things for this year, focusing on my passion and interest in tea, the beverage and the plant. So writing more content about that, because I'm writing a book on tea, and also want to develop products around this area.
Yeah, so, you mentioned tea. Actually, the first niche site, I don't know, I can really pronounce this. Niche?
Yeah, niche, yeah.
Niche
How do you say it in Italian?
Nicchia.
Nicchia, yeah.
Nicchia. So, sorry for any misspelling or any bad pronunciation I have. Like you say, I'm Italian, so English is my second language, or maybe my third language, because I can speak Spanish much better than English.
Yeah.
So coming back, you say tea, and actually the first niche sites I landed a couple or 3 years ago was about the green tea. And the guy created a really nice site.
Yeah.
About the green tea.
Oh.
So it's all about the content you write.
Yeah, that will be interesting to talk more about. I have a question where when you read and told about from your bio and told about your development coming from a so-called regular work, and then starting with freelancing aside, and then how did it feel when you decided to take that step from side freelancing and then doing it full time? And when did you feel so-called that now I'm ready? Or could you, if you want, talk a bit more about that process?
Yes, as you say, I started working in the banking field when I was 20. I worked for 3 different banks for like 6 years. And then a company customer of the bank offered me this job as export manager. I was 26 at that time, And I agreed because my main passion is traveling, and I could also use my language skills that I couldn't use well in bank because the bank was in a small town, so there weren't a lot of tourists coming in the bank.
Yeah.
So I started working as export manager for a company that still open, produce tools for work the surface of marble and granite. They produce brushes to antique the marble. They actually patented that, yes, like 20 years ago. So thanks to them, I traveled a lot, most of all in Spain, but also in US, Dubai, United Emirates, and Iran, also Turkey, well, all around Europe. And as I mentioned before, after 5 or 6 years, it was like 2010, as I mentioned it, the economic crisis forced me to look for something else. Because I kind of find out that I don't know if my company were going to close, or maybe I wasn't going to have the job forever. So I started this blogging as part-time, and there are a lot of things to learn. If I can suggest something to someone of the listeners who wants to start something online, I kind of suggest to not do it by himself, but invest some money in purchasing a program, a tutorial, a guide, hire some professionals to teaching. Because if I actually can go back, I will do that. It could save a lot of time, a lot of money also. Actually, my first site, I did a lot of mistake with it, and right now it's closed. It's on sale. So yes, investing time and money in a professional program is very important. So coming back to your question, actually I was ready to leave my full-time job when I felt ready, actually, and when I found out that I could earn the same amount of money working online. And since a couple of years, I actually accomplished it to do that. So the switch was actually for this reason. The economic compensation and the safety to still be able to pay the bills,
Yep.
Like I remember one of the first website I visited in 2010 when I started to learn about blogging was showmoney.com. I don't know if you know him. Yeah. His tagline, his website tagline, I don't know if he's still this, is showmoney.com, skills to pay the bills. It's all about paying the bills. I live in my home house. I purchased it 7 years ago when I had the job as export manager. I have to pay the mortgage for several years. So I need to earn a minimum amount of money, and then all the other that comes is all a plus.
Yeah.
That's all about the introduction of how I switched from full-time income to a full-time job to working online.
Yeah, and with this, what I often talk about, work projects and hobbies, could you now, with your lifestyle that you are creating here, that you have a interest and a passion for the sport activities, but you could also, at the same time as you're doing this going out in the nature and other things, that you could bring your laptop or tablet or whatever, that you could at the same time do blogging and freelancing and on the go.
Yeah, there are some things that you need to check while you are out of home, or while you are out of your main computer. And I can do this by simply taking my iPhone with me. So this is the main gadget I have. So I can check my emails, and from the emails I can see if I have some priorities to work on or not. And yes, it's all about the organization. If you want to work online, you have to invest. Not invest. You have to think about a lot on your organization and self-discipline. It's not about when you work for companies, for 9-5 companies, that you know that you will have the time of work, so you can sit at that office and just follow the rules. When you work online and you work by yourself, you need to set priorities, working hours, and you need to have a strong patience.
Yeah.
Internet is very full of distraction, you know. So one of the suggestions I give you, when you write some content, you can turn off the internet and just work on the Word file offline, because you won't have any distraction. Also, I put earplugs in my. I use earplugs, so I don't have any rumors that are going to distract me.
Yeah.
And yes, so I have to organize myself in a way that really works for me. And I go to gym three times a week.
Yeah.
Go jogging. And then during the weekend, right now I am doing skydiving. Actually, today my drop zone opened. I have all friends over there, but there are plenty of time this year. My drop zone here in Italy just closed during the winter. It was closed in December and reopened today.
Yeah.
So there will be plenty of time to go skydiving during the next weekends of the next month. So.
Yeah, that's great. And maybe we could include something in the show notes, or that you have a blog post about skydiving, because I asked you about a favorite product on Amazon, and we will include affiliate link.
Yeah.
And you said you have this GoPro, and I mentioned that to Palle Frid Svensson, who's also doing a lot of training, like in gym and so on. And he said that he had another person that he knew liked that product very much. So could you tell us a bit more about GoPro and what that could do?
Yes, it's a very popular device used by among skydivers, but among all the sport passionates. It's basically a webcam with a strong software inside that you can put on your helmet or on everything you want to use it for. I mean, on your motorcycle, on your bicycle, or well, in skydiving we put it on our helmet, and well, it records. It has several features, but it records very well the falling and all the jumps that we make for fun. Yes, it's a very cool product. Actually, it's new company that opened not too long ago, but they are doing quite good. They are selling a lot of items, a lot of GoPros. Now they are at the fifth version of the GoPro. I actually suggest to go for the number 4. That's still quite good. There are 3 versions: the basic one, the silver, and the black. The black is the most advanced one. And yes, I kind of suggest it to buy it if you have a passion for sports. But you can also use it if you want to go just hike or walking, or if you have to record, I don't know, whatever passion you have.
Yeah. Is it heavy, or could you put it on? And I'm joking now because we did that experiment in a positive way and no harm at all on a cat we had in the past. A small cat cam, but it was very small. And of course the cat Morris, and I blogged about that. He had to get used to it first. And first, I mean, he was a bit, he thought about that, but then he liked it very much, and he was a bit proud, I think, running around with the cam and taking pictures. And you could also put a GPS so you could see the tracking.
Yes, a fantastic idea. I saw a video on YouTube. There was someone putting a GoPro on the head of a dog, and they were in a beach house, and they just told the dog, just go to the beach, and they put him in the excited format, in the excited feeling, you know. So the video is all about this dog running like crazy and jumping and passing through all the obstacles to arrive within the sea.
Yeah.
Yes, and there are a lot of options. You can go with the GoPro. You can use it also in the water, under sea, if you dive. So yes, it's really a versatile device.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people also that use it like to take photos, not just for the videos, but to take photos. It's a very popular gadget at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, I really like it.
Yeah, thanks for the tip, and we will include that in the show notes.
Great.
So that's great, and we could take that at the same time as a segue into the halftime. You had also a book tip, Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Could you talk about a little bit about that? Have you read Robert Kiyosaki or his books?
No.
That could be a tip to check in, because he writes about similar areas. So, but tell us about Tony Robbins' book, Money Master the Game.
Sure. So it's not actually an easy book to read, but it was an amazing read. If listeners know a bit about Tony Robbins, he's a big guy in the money game, and the title of the book is Money is Master the Game, because I think that you actually need to see it like a game, not like just in the serious part. But coming back to the book, Tony Robbins doesn't shy away from calling out lies and scams, even when they are legal on the statuesque. I mean, Tony Robbins, it teach you about the mental part of reaching the success and being financial independent. So he's not teaching quite the practical parts, but he's teaching about the mentality, because you have to be positive in things and find your passion when you are able to see what you love to do. You can put all your energies in what you do to reach the success in your field. So it's all about this, Martin.
Yeah, that's great. So we will include that also in the show notes, and then I will have his sponsor message from Audible to download your free audiobook today. The Money, the Master of the Game by Tony Robbins. Go to audibletrial.com / and then my URL EgoNetcast. So I repeat again, that's audibletrial.com / EgoNetcast for your free audiobook. And it's a great tip to then get Money, Master of the Game by Tony Robbins. I checked it and it's there on Audible. So thanks for the tip there.
Thank you,
Erik. And we will lead in now to the halftime and talking about your thoughts on the trader principle. And the trade is an exchange of values and ideas. Yes. And then you have exchange of money. We could have a long discussion about the situation today with, like in Italy and Greece and others, that you have these paper bills that are not real money, and it's a mess there economically. But if you talk about the exchange of ideas and about products and services, what's your thoughts on the trader principle, Erik?
As you said, the trader principle is the principle of obtaining value from other people through mutually beneficial trade rather than force, fraud or parasitism. I am just reading it right now. Yeah. This is the principle that one should consume as much as he earns, no more and no less. People should interact with each other peaceful and for mutual gain. Yeah. I call it, we can call it also positive karma. I have written a lot about this. I have read a lot about it. And actually, the first big suggestion I can give to people starting out online is to build connection and to create connection and relationships. Yeah. And it's all about giving without explicitly asking something back. I believe in good karma, so if you give, you will receive back sooner or later. It's like what bloggers do. They write with passion about the topics they like to give their readers content to read. Okay, so what can readers do in exchange? Leaving comment, sharing the content via social media, and finally buying I don't know, maybe the products or the service that you should showcase in your content, etc. You see, so as you say, the trader, I really like the basic idea of the trader principle. World is beautiful because there are a lot of different people. Not we can talk a lot about this, about good people or bad people in the world, But if all the people in the world should follow the trader principle, we could live in a different world.
You're right, Eric, and thanks for saying that because I was thinking during your talk there to relate it to the history where you are coming from, Italy.
Yeah.
I call myself a Renaissance man, and I am fighting for a second Renaissance. We'll see if I could live with it and achieve that and so on because it's a long way.
Yeah.
But in Italy, then you had something called patron of the arts, that you have mecenates, that you
Yeah.
say in Swedish, that liked the beautiful life, the things, and you have artists creating that. And
Hmm.
then you have, like, from your former area, banking,
Hmm.
bankers that wanted to have great paintings and others and statues in their working environment. So they said to artists, please make this and that, and they did that. And there I have a service that I want to do a plug for and promote called Patreon that I talked to Eileen about because I'm a patron of her works and she's patron of my works. And if
Yeah.
you go to Patreon, patreon.com/Lyceum. There you could do voluntarily a gift or a donation on a regular basis, like $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever,
Great.
every month, and support my work like this, podcasting and blogging and other things like that. Because that's our challenge, right, Eric? If we
Yeah.
don't get money through ads or sponsorship in a regular way, uh, we are doing this for free because we like it and enjoy it. But we appreciate if we get something feedback in a
Sure.
monetary way or a comment or spreading the good word because one thing could lead to another. But
Yeah.
here I see that Patreon have done a very active role to pinpoint the challenge and the opportunity, create an opportunity. So have you heard about Patreon before?
No, no, no. It's the first time. It's a very good idea and a very good method to use.
Yeah.
And yes, as you said, you mentioned it quite right because a lot of people are he's starting online with passion and with a lot of enthusiasm,
Yeah.
thinking about making huge money online, overnight
Yeah.
in fantastic products or MLM products, because they think they actually think they will become millionaire in a matter of days,
Yeah.
and then soon they realize they won't.
Yeah.
No, because we have 600 millions of websites online in of last year in 2014,
Mm.
and 90. I'm sure that 90% of them are not making money or enough cash to cover the expenses.
Yeah.
And as I said, they start, and within the first 6 months, 8 months, or 1 year online, they close the website, or they simply stop to work on this website to come back doing whatever they were doing before, dreaming for doing something online, or wanting to start working online, but actually starting earning online. That is the big difference. As I said before, I think that investing in having a professional program, following a professional program, is the best thing to do. Coming back to what you said, that's the problem, because there are a lot of people that give at the beginning,
Mm.
so like exceptional content they love,
Mm.
but they don't receive nothing in exchange.
Yeah.
Maybe some comments or maybe some appreciation from readers, but there is something in the world that is called money.
Mm.
It is actually used to to buy food, to pay the bills, so you have to take into consideration that you need to have something that generates money to support your cause or to support your passion. So if I start a blog, I need to think about putting hats on, selling banners, or maybe selling your Reebok or your product or services, or with a blog. We can talk about it right now or later.
Yeah.
There are a lot of monetization methods, like for example, sponsored posts. If you are able to find a product or a service that is quite in your niche, in your market, you can make a deal with the owner of this product and write your honest review, and write a sponsored post on your blog, and yes, make money. Of course, it's all about the popularity you have, the traffic you have, and the level that you reach. For a sponsored post, you can ask from $5, $10 up to, I read lately a blogger female that earn up to $6,000 for each sponsored post.
Wow.
It's all about the size of your blog, of your popularity, of course. Just think about what Tony Robbins would ask for review a product or for talking about a product.
It could be and lots of money. And I have had to like a comment on that, because here in Europe and in Sweden, Scandinavia, when you say that you're a blogger, people often relate to like fashion bloggers and so on.
Yeah.
And I'm not following that so much, but I know some that have been very successful and very inspiring, and they have moved on to other things also. And that's a challenge that people start, that it's only that like area or segment. And I hope and look forward to that we will see that development in other areas also, that you really could find your niche.
Yeah,
and make, I mean, maybe it's not full time, maybe a part time, side hustle, covering your bills. But I have another question, also a challenge for myself. I mean, to do, as you say, honest reviews. I have seen many, and I will stick out my neck here a bit. I have people, writing about, say, a blog tool or something like WordPress or whatever, like a plugin, or a hosting company. I could say that my site EgoNetCast is hosted by Squarespace. I don't get any from that. In the past you could have an affiliate with them, but they run it in another way, and now it has Super Bowl ads and so on. But I will still use them because I like them and I think it's a good product. I always mention them when people wonder about if they want to have a good quality host for their site. But I'm using WordPress also, Blogger, Tumblr, you name it. So that, but I've seen these reviews about hosting, about plugins, about products, and you see that it's almost, maybe it's honest, but it's very like keyword stuffing. And I have a bit problem with that. Could you elaborate a bit about that? And also that in America, right? It's I don't think it should be a law, but it's you have to post that this post is sponsored or written for this and that company, because if you read a regular newspaper and you think the journalists should write their honest review, you don't know the backstory sometimes. Like a regular newspaper, maybe they have borrowed the car or got things and whatever, and they don't have to write that. But bloggers have to write that this post is sponsored, or I got this book for a review, whatever. What's that rule in Europe? Do you know that?
Well, I think you should write at the beginning or at the end of your post that it is actually a sponsored post.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I must say. I mean, it's because it's very transparent and open to do that.
Also, to be transparent with your readers, because I think that it's all about that. It's all about. I have a motto that I follow in private life, but also most of all online. This motto is be real, be honest, and be yourself.
Yeah, good motto.
Yeah, and aside from being yourself, I think that being real and being honest is quite something that makes you different online and stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people that are selling scam products or courses that promise you to make money overnight. As you say, writing about being honest and, for example, when you write a sponsored post, your readers will notice that. Your readers will see if you are actually behaving in an honest way or not. And you can lose those readers in a matter of seconds if you don't behave well. So you have to work. You have to really decide on which part of the online game or money game, you can call it whatever you want. But I want to be part of the honest side, of the white side, not the dark side.
Yeah.
of the internet.
And you have done a statement there with your URL and your site there, no passive income. I mean, it requires work.
Yes.
But then you could have a concept that I think is interesting, and that's that you could call passive income, but it's better to say it's like a residual income. That something could come to you when you're sleeping, or that you're not actively working, but you have put in work at the beginning,
of course.
you are maintaining it, but you don't have to do it. I mean, every waking hour or every 8 hours for your working day. It will work for you even if you're at sleep.
Yeah. You mentioned a great point, because actually there is passive income that you can give, but of course you have to put a lot of efforts and work at the beginning. With my main blog, No Passive Income, I make money, as I said, via sponsored posts, which is not passive income, because you have to actually work to write.
Lots of work there.
For example.
Yeah.
Or you mentioned it. I am a freelance writer. Since few months, I am working as a freelance writer. It's not a passive income, because you have to actually work on your writing, work on your content. But for example, I use a resource very popular to sell ads, to sell banners online on my blog. And it's buysellads.com, BSA, very, 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 very popular in the United States, and very popular about all the bloggers. They are quite restrict to the blogs they are going to accept. Once you are in their marketplace, you are quite in heaven. You just have to focus on writing good content, and then the folks from Buysellads will find the advertiser for you. And talking about my experience, I am with them since 2 years and a half. And I just received a notification by email when an ad is sold. All you have to do is approve or deny this ad. Of course, 90% of the time I approve these ads. Not just because they are relevant to my content, but of course also because they had building my revenue. So this is quite similar to passive income. Of course, you have to click, okay, I accept or deny these ads, but you don't have to put a lot of efforts in it. So this is quite a passive income. Another passive income idea and project I have for this year is to build Amazon niche sites. A guy from the long tail pro software approached me a couple of weeks ago and offered me the free license of the product. So I was testing it in the last few days. And if you're able, to invest a little time to understand how the software works, you are able to find some competitive keywords, long tail keywords, with quite a good amount of searches per month, and with low competition or relatively low competition. You can work on finding a domain name which is relevant to these keywords. Concentrate on building like 20 posts at least for SEO. Put your affiliate links, and then earn with the Amazon affiliate program. And this we can call quite a passive income. Of course, telling this is much more easier than doing it. But of course, if you follow the right guide, you can achieve that. I have found a quite good free resource online. I am reading and studying. It's nichepursuits.com. I don't know if I pronounce it well, but it's the site. It's a website owned and managed by the guy who actually built the Long Tail Pro program. Maybe the listener can go over there and read the free content. It's like 25, 30 blog posts in a big detail, which are going to help the listener create an Amazon niche site. So it's quite an achievable goal, an achievable mission. Of course, you have to work a lot on it. As we can go back to what we said before. There is not a lot of passive income. Of course, you have to put a lot of work at the beginning, and then maybe you can enjoy the results of your hard work. But yes, people are approaching the online world, the blogosphere, thinking about making money overnight. There are not possibility.
This is a pretty new world area for me, but I have used, affiliate links like Amazon that I will include now and then in my posts and on my site that I think is relevant to podcasting and things that my guests are suggesting, and we have a conversation about it. So I think that's an adding value. But I have a question, like a direct question, and see if you could answer that. When I was doing some research on this, and I'm fascinated about this area, back in the day, Squido or something like that, I think it was Seth Godin that owned that company and started it. There it was often filled with this affiliate link to Amazon. Like it could be like a site, setting up a site for Christmas presents and gifts. And they put lots of articles there and write about Christmas and gifts and gift giving and presents, and then they had affiliate links. But it was also often sometimes, and that was not Seth Godin's fault, but it was often used not in a so good way. And when you did the searching on Google and people tried to put it on forums and so on. But now when I did a search on it, they had been bought by another company. So do you know about what happened, or do you know if it's some similar sites nowadays?
Yes, I have. Of course, I know about Squido, and I have used it 4 or 5 years ago when I started it. That it's like 3 years that I don't go through it. But I think that what happened, it was quite popular like 3 4 years ago, because you were able to build a page
Hmm.
that you could optimize very well, or well, you can do a lot of work of SEO,
Yeah.
and then doing pretty well with the affiliate links. But I think it was not just about Squido. I think it was about how things were 3 years ago in SEO,
Yeah.
and how things are right now. In other words, really changed. SEO
Okay,
has
so
really
that's.
changed.
Hmm.
So I'm sure you know about all the Google updates.
Yeah, all the animals that I call
Yes.
them,
Yeah.
panda, penguin, whatever.
So things were easier, I
Hmm.
think, 5 years ago than are today
Oh.
to make money online. And I think that if you can see the positive side
Hmm.
of the thing, it's a thing that I always do in life. See the
Good.
positive thing of a thing, even if it's pretty bad. Uh, People can see the bad side,
Hmm.
because they say, it's not easy right now to rank for a keyword or to make money online. But if you see on the other side, for the bloggers that put a lot of efforts in writing good content, content that solve the problems and needs of their readers, and of course they behave the honest way, they are going to be rewarded over
Hmm.
time by Google. And this is the big positive side of the thing. So I think that, well, Google did an awesome job
Yeah.
with the latest animals updates.
Hmm.
And I don't know what the future we will bring, but I think that if you, as a blogger, or if you have a product online, or if you want to showcase your passion, if you concentrate yourself, put yourself on the shoes of your readers,
Hmm.
or listeners in this case,
Yeah.
you have to give them, you have to understand what they want, of course, at first, and then satisfy their needs, satisfy their problems. If you are able to give them some content to to help them save money or make money, or for example, find the right partner, the right love of their life, that would be awesome. You
Hmm.
know, of course, there are some topics that you can choose that will help you to succeed.
Hmm.
As you said, there are different markets, different niche, also the fashion, as you mentioned it. I
Yeah.
know some bloggers that do well also in the travel niche. You
Hmm.
know, they travel the world, and they write about the tips and suggestions on how to save money while traveling in specific countries, and maybe they find sponsors to help them doing that, and just traveling while they are working online. You
Yeah.
know, it's all about how you see things, or how you behave, or how um, or how many efforts you can put on your passion. I
Hmm.
think that you can, everything is achievable.
Yep.
You just have to put a lot of work in it, honest work in it, and then you will repay it. I'm sure of it.
That's great. Uh, Eric, what's your future plans? And also, if you could have some suggestion, who would you want to listen to? And if you have any special topics. So, future plans for Eric, and if you have any suggestion on guests that you would like to listen to and topics.
And the first guy that comes into my mind, aside from Elaine, that you already have as guest, Elaine Smith,
Mm.
her, a blogger that I admire a lot. There is Ryan Biddulph.
Mm.
from bloggingfromparadise.com.
Yeah.
Ryan was a former guard, if I don't remember bad, and left his job to start working online. And right now he achieved to do what he loves. In other words, traveling while he works online. He has written a lot of ebooks that he's selling on via Amazon. Well, he achieved quite a big success, and I think that he would be a great guest for you. He's from US, of course. I think that right now he's in Bali, if I don't remember well, or in Fiji, Fiji Island.
Yeah.
And this is my suggestion for you. And he's quite approachable guy. I can give you the contacts and my recommendation for him.
Thanks.
Yes. And my future plans, if we talk about my online activities, are to expand my freelance writing services. As I don't know if I mentioned it before, I am going to collaborate with another content marketing agency from US within the next weeks, which is good.
Yeah.
And,
congratulations.
Thanks. I want to improve my writing skills. And for the listeners, I think my writing skills are much better than my content skills.
You're doing good. You're doing good, Erik.
And yes, and I have this project, as I mentioned it before, open one or two or several niche sites, because I have read that you can do with the right effort, you can do something from 100 up to 500, of course. Not talking about big money, just to stay on the earth. You can make like from 100 to 500 dollars per month with these niche sites. So if you are able to work well, I don't know, in 5 or 6 months, and build like 2, 3, 4, or 5 of these sites, then you can have the passive income that we were talking about before. So I guess one of the things I need to do is concentrate on this and build some niche sites. And about my passion, I want to become a certified skydiver. I did my AFF training last year. I am able to jump alone. I have just 40 jumps right now from 13,000 feet. And yes, if listeners want to see some videos, they can go to my YouTube channel. It's not quite popular, but you can see my skydiving video over there to see that they are quite real. I am not so good as other, of course, folks that are into skydiving since a lot of years. But skydiving was a dream I was able to achieve right now. It was a dream I had since when I was a child. So it's good to have achieved it. I hope to skydive, of course, for the rest of my life, so maybe within 5 or 6 or 10 years, I will be able to do amazing things in relation to right now. Talking about skydiving, of course.
That's great.
Yeah. And there are many other sports I practiced in the past. Some of them I left behind.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, I did bungee jumping in Venezuela 20 years ago, rafting and canyoning. I used to do this in the mountains in the north of Italy. I did kickboxing for 14 years. I am brown belt. Yes, and I do sometimes snowboarding during the winter right now. But yes, but I think my goal this year will be improve my skydiving skills. Yes, it's an amazing thing. I suggest to do at least once in a life. You don't have to take the whole AFF program, the whole training, the whole skydive training at the beginning. You can try it. You can try a tandem skydive. You go with an instructor.
Okay.
That is going to do everything to enjoy the free fall from the airplane. But it's amazing. There is so much adrenaline that you will receive. So I always say that I am more pragmatic than talkative. And my fiancée, my partner, is the opposite of me. She is much more talkative than pragmatic. But yes, that's how things go. So you find the upside of the airport perfect for you.
Yeah.
So yes, sometimes I need to put a lot of effort also in my writing, because maybe I can explain a thing in a few words. As you know, you have to write at least 7, 800, 1,000 of words to make a good post. Of course, you can explain things in a few words, but you have to elaborate them. But yes, I am much more pragmatic than talkative. So this is why I do such extreme sports. I don't play them a lot, of course. I do them with conscience, with the right approach. But yes, I just go for it.
Yeah, good.
Just action.
That's good with action. And do you have any giveaway stuff, or any link, or any maybe PDF or something that you want to direct the listeners and readers, fans of Ego Netcast?
Yeah, on my main website, Passive Income, there is a menu on the top. If you look on the right page, you will see how to start a blog.
Yeah.
It's a resource I added just a couple of weeks ago. It's 6,500 words content page, where I share my knowledge of more than 5 years of blogging and earning money online. So it's all free. People can go over there and just take a look. It's all about how to start a website from the beginning, from choosing the topic, from organize your time, and through going to purchase the domain name, install the website using WordPress, attract the readers, writing good content, using social media, and then choosing the right monetization methods to finally building the perfect product for you. That it's quite the ultimate thing you can do to earn online. Build some products and sell it, of course. So suggest to go to the listener to go over there. Maybe you can write the link and I can give you later. But if you, yes, it's just on the right upper side of No Passive Income. How to start a blog. Yeah,
that's good. And then you could plug there for your site and where we could find Erik on the interwebs. You said Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus, and other places. So please repeat where the listeners could find you.
Yes, on Twitter.
Yeah.
They can find me at Twitter at. I use always the same username, so it's just my name and my surname, Erik Emanuelli. You can find me at Twitter, at Facebook, and at Google Plus. Also at YouTube, I have a small channel where you can see my skydiving videos. And also on Instagram or Pinterest, but I don't use them a lot, to be honest. I concentrate more on the three main social networks that are quite popular. Yes, Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I like Instagram and Pinterest too, and I haven't done so much with Pinterest yet. I use it as like a bookmarking tool for ideas and for upcoming podcasts. With I have a other show called Trend Pal together with the co-host. Her name is Lotta Gergels Aston, and we have a private Pinterest board where we put show ideas, links, and other things like that. But I'm very amazed how this site have increased in popularity and traffic and so on.
Great.
So I will look more into that. Instagram, I like to take pictures and that you could share it with other social media channels and so on. So,
yes, I think it's all about choosing the right thing for you, or the right thing for your business or for whatever you are online for.
Yeah.
Because as you know, sometimes Facebook is good for one topic, but it's not for another.
Yeah.
And the same goes for Twitter or for Google Plus. I know that Pinterest is very good for women that talks about fashion or art or cuisine also, food bloggers. You see. It's all about the market that you choose or the market that you are into. So
correct. And for me, talking about that, how you could find me on the internet on Ego Netcast. I don't have Instagram on Ego Netcast or Pinterest. I have my personal there, Lyceum, that I'm using. But on Facebook, you could go facebook.com/Ego Netcast. And also Ego Podcast. And then, of course, to the main site, egonetcast.com. And you could reach me at egonetcast on Twitter. So, with that, Erik, I thank you very much for your time. It was great to talk to you.
Thanks a lot to you. And thanks a lot for every listener that listened until now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so cheerio and ciao, and talk to you soon again.
Ok, ciao a tutti and ci vediamo presto.
Yeah.
Hello to everyone and talk to you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.